Hello subscribers, listeners, delightful divas, and welcome to Dear Deelight!
Opening credits for Dear Deelight, featuring a drag artist and a cat in a wig.
Hiya! Welcome to Dear Deelight with myself, Jordy Deelight, one of the Real Housewives of Leith, drag agony aunt, and a crazy cat lady. So I'm here reporting for women's football. Said no drag queen ever. No, I have decided to start my own YouTube series. I'm going to be your agony aunt, giving you all the goss, DIY drag, weird scenarios, TikTok challenges, and your fave segment I got from Rinse and Tinder and Grindr over the years, dates or mates. It's very Jackie Magazine meets Loose Women, and between you and I, I'm the loosest they could get on such short notice. Let's hope that counselling degree off Gumtree pays off, eh?
Letters on screen.
Jordy, I'm a young drag queen starting out in drag. I'm 17 and I'm going to come to the clubs and ask to perform when I'm 18. But what are your tips on how to start? My tips are don't. We don't need any more drag queens, kings, any kind of artists. You're wasting precious time. Go and find us another vaccine. Jordy, I've been doing drag a while now, but guys find me doing drag weird. Anytime I say I'm a drag artist, they unmatch me on Tinder saying they only want straight acting or mask people. False advice. The only mask I want near this face is a mask keeping me safe from COVID, and that mask can keep you safe from a little thing I like to call toxic masculinity. That is the deep root of that issue, and I'll be honest, if you've got to hide even a smidge of yourself when dating, well, unless it's that you vote for the Tories, don't hide anything. They're lost, babes. Stay true to you. How's your head? Ken what, by the way? So sore the last few days, but then I realised I was wearing a hard front wig for Claire's. Okay, here is the part of the show you've all been waiting for. Dates or mates? Dear Deelight, my name's Shannon and I've got 99 problems, but my boyfriend is most definitely number one. Can you help me? If I could count on my hands how many times I've heard boyfriend and problem in the same sentence. During the pandemic, I started seeing this guy and we ended up having a summer romance. This is very Greece summer nights, eh, Shannon? But then he had to be back home to Canada at Christmas. Oh, Alexa, cue Joni Mitchell. Now dating is next to nil impossible and I miss spending time with him. He barely answers my texts and never wants to Zoom. I worry he might end up fancying someone else who lives in his city. What can I do? Help me, Auntie Jordy. You're my only hope. Shannon, 23, for Glasgow. Oh, Shannon hen, you've came to the worst drag queen for this. I'm still single and
She wells up.
recovering from my breakup with Kanye West. But at least me and Kim K are still best pals. But you know what? I know someone that's going through something very similar to you called Tyler, and I know that he would be okay with me sharing his story. Let me tell you the story of two kings and a bottle of hooch that followed with a dance at Cece's and a big old smooch. Innocent and awkward Tyler has been seeing bodybuilder Danny for 2 years, and bodybuilder Danny decided to move abroad a year ago to perform, live the dream, all eyes on him, whilst Tyler stayed at home all alone. But Tyler has been finding this very hard as him and Danny haven't been in the same room for over 12 months. So sometimes Tyler writes Danny love letters and Danny replies when he can. So why don't you write your man a love letter and get him to do the same? Using pen and paper to write an actual letter shows someone that you really care about them and you miss them. Thankfully, Danny and Taylor are great now, but I'll be honest, if you're having doubts, Shannon, well, I'll be frank, even though my name's Jordy. Maybe you should sit him down on Zoom and tell him all this. None of us are mind readers, and we're kind of making this up as we go along. Communication, above all, is key. But I hope you get the answers you're looking for. If I had to dates or mates this situation, I would give it a dates for now. But let me know how it goes. Well, thank you so much for joining me on Dear Deelight. For the next vlog, do send me your own dates or mates scenarios, and do keep sharing my latest selfie in the bid to win that free one-to-one therapy session with myself, Jordy Deelight. But until then, keep writing in and stay safe, divas. Bye.
Auntie Jordy turns off the camera and slumps back in her chair, frowning and puffing out her cheeks before kicking off her shoes. She takes out her phone, hesitating and rolling her eyes for a moment before tapping in her password.
Danny, it's Taylor. Are you still wanting to Zoom later? Dear Deelight ran over. So sorry. Let me know. Bye.
She sags back again, exhaling deeply. Later, she flops into a chair with a sigh and begins to remove her drag costume, becoming Tyler again. He yanks off the pinkish blonde wig, peels away the long fake eyelashes, and wipes off the pink glittery eyeshadow. He removes the skull cap and runs his fingers through his wavy fair hair. Later on Zoom.
Oh, hello, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see it.
Alright, cool, yeah. Brilliant.
No, wait. It's lagging. You're not in sync.
Oh, how do I fix that? Do I press something, or like I don't know where?
It's like your lip syncing.
Oh.
Wait.
Right.
No, sorry. Wait. No, don't stop there. You're right. That's it there now.
Oh, right.
Oh. Been 12 months of this, and I'm still not used to it.
Yeah, me too.
Tyler's eyes dart around the room, avoiding the camera.
So I've been trying to get a Zoom with you for ages now.
Oh, yeah, do you know what? I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. The drag work's not really taken off online, and I keep muting my phone after 11. I have started doing, like, YouTube sketches, which have been really fun. What about you?
Yeah, it's been alright. Like, the hotel is really struggling right now, so got no idea when we'll start performing again, but I've ended up taking on extra work delivering parcels because we've got no choice. So I'm a postman now. Lol.
I kind of assumed if they told you they didn't know when you'd be performing again, you'd have came back by now. You could be a postman in Edinburgh or an Uber Eats driver in Leith. How long have you known this?
For nearly a month.
Okay. Right. I know 2 years ago when we started this, you weren't looking for anything serious, and there was just mates, and then
yeah.
And fuck me, we didn't think this pandemic was going to happen when you took the job abroad performing, but you did go, and it did happen, and we did literally just before you left become serious. Well, I think we did.
No, I've thought about you the whole time, but you haven't been like answering my texts. It's like you just stopped communicating.
You text me saying, seen a dog that reminded me of you, haha. It was hardly the most romantic text I'd gotten, Danny.
Okay, I was just trying to be nice.
We agreed when you'd go that you would find yourself, get what you need to out of your system. I would stay here in my shitty retail job, looking after the cats, paying the bills. I did this for you.
Yeah, and I love you for that.
But I don't love me right now. And even if you do, I don't. And the guy I met last night could tell, and...
What? What, is this the part where you tell me you broke the lockdown restrictions and slept with another person?
Well, not quite, but I did get on Tinder after a few bottles of wine and nothing happened. We just met for a social distance walk in the park next to ours. And I promise you that, all we did was talk and I
Wait,
felt...
like, come on, like, did you sleep with him or not?
What do you mean?
Hey, I'm just trying to understand here. So you're telling me you met someone, you didn't touch them, didn't kiss them, just sat in the park, and you want to confess this as some sort of infidelity?
Well, yeah, all we did was sit in the park and talk. But if COVID hadn't been
Well, come on, I did that too. It's no big deal.
What do you mean you did it too?
I worked with someone and we were chatting on the balcony one night and we'd had social distance drinks and like I won't lie, like they asked if I was single and I said I wasn't, but was still happy to meet them each night for more drinks and stuff.
And you had feelings for them?
Well, I didn't do anything. Yeah, and neither did you, so there's not a problem, to be honest. It's difficult right now.
But you wanted to, you just couldn't because of COVID.
Well, yeah, I guess, but...
What did I say to you last year when you left? You need to...
To do what you think is right for you, yeah.
And when the world felt like it was on fire, you wanted to savour the ashes and stay in Barcelona.
Well, yeah, and I remember you telling me that was fine.
Tyler raises his eyes to the ceiling, shaking his head.
Okay, look. I think the best thing we can do is just sleep on this, yeah? We'll talk about it
why don't you consider us cheating?
Consider what cheating? What, a daft walk in the park? Ty, it's not that deep.
It's not that deep for you, but it is that deep for me. Right. Okay, it's all fine, it's all good, we're fine.
Oh, are we?
Yep, I'll speak to you soon, alright?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Tyler!
He clutches his head and begins to well up with tears. He picks up his phone and swipes to a message.
Are you sure we're okay? What about book a flight back this week?
Black screen. Closing credits. Written and filmed by Jordy Deelight. Featuring Jordy Deelight as Tyler and John Scoogle as Danny. Editor and SFX artist Lewis Den Hertog. Production coordinator Kate Irvin. Technical advisors Seth Hardwick, Ewan McLaren and Richard Price. Wardrobe Aileen Sherry and Jordy Deelight. Hair and makeup Jordy Deelight. Stage manager Sophie Cooper. BSL performer Kieran Stewart. BSL consultant B. Webster. Audio describer Chris McKiddie. Producer Aileen O'Reilly. Director Debbie Hannan. With thanks to Rachel Tipping.